Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Hello, everyone.
I hope we're all well. It seems like forever since we did one of these, and it isn't really. It isn't that long, but it's just.
Seems it.
It's been a week and a half. I do have to say, it's been a week and a half, but never mind.
I hope everybody's keeping warm because it's freezing.
It's absolutely bitterly cold. I took the dogs just along the end of the street where the grass is, just before I came on air, and my face was stinging. It felt like it had a facelift. You know when your face feels that tight.
Stuart says it's freezing.
Yeah. Hi, Dad. Hope you're okay.
I've just seen Daddy. Daddy liked his message.
Daddy Alan.
He did. He really loved his message. He did.
Thank you.
They've both been vaccinated. Bless them.
I know I've had mine, but it made me ill.
I don't think my mum and dad were bad, although my mum only had hers yesterday. But she said it made her arm go sore, but it's okay now.
My arm were all right. It were me.
Yeah. Anyway,
Ed and I are up in hours tomorrow.
Good.
Yeah. I'll be having mine as soon as they say I can.
Stuart's waiting for his toner.
Yeah. And I want to say thank you, everybody, for your kind thoughts and prayers that you've been sending out. It's been lovely. I was really touched. You might hear Michael talking in the background. Somebody rang just before we went live, so he's nipped out, but I can still hear him talking. It'll be the usual format tonight.
Your dad's put. It was amazing.
It was.
Bless him. I can't wait to see him, Tony.
He identified. He took everything that you both said. He really did. It was lovely.
I can't wait to see him when we go to Van.
I know.
I'll go down to their house, but you don't have to paint this time, Mum.
But you know she will. She'll decorate for you going. She would if Irene was going. She would paint the house through.
Her. She did a lovely spread. A lovely spread.
Oh, bless her.
She's mad. She's mad, I tell you.
Oh, bless.
And since you went, Jean, I think we're on
to paint the house for me.
Oh, she would. She would. I think they must be on the 6th or 7th set of bedding since you were there.
God, that was beautiful. I would have loved that bedding.
Oh my God.
Irene, she must have spent a fortune. It was beautiful.
Don't. My dad needs anaesthetic every time she says I need new bedding.
And there weren't a crease in it. There weren't a crease in bed. I should made it. I don't know how she'd done it.
Oh no, they do. It's crazy.
She might have ironed it while it was on.
It were a lovely day when I went. It were.
Yeah, it was. That was Seaham Church, wasn't it? Beautiful church.
Beautiful.
Huge.
Big church.
Huge. If you ever get the chance, Irene, Seaham Harbour Church, it's worth the run out. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. It's massive.
It is big. Really big.
It's bigger than Parkgate, isn't it?
Yeah. It's bigger than the one at Doncaster. Wow. It's bigger than Catherine Street.
Right.
Coleridge Road, it's bigger than that.
Oh, right.
It's got a beautiful kitchen and a
College Road.
Big room.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, let's get this show on the road, as we haven't got Michael to tell us to get on with it. So, usual format tonight, opening prayer and then Pam's poems. And then we'll crack on. We'll crack on. So if we could join our energies together, please, and join together in prayer. Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, we are truly thankful that we are able to gather together in your name tonight. We ask for your blessings upon these proceedings and promise that everything we do will be done with love, honesty, and praise in our hearts. We humbly ask for our guides and inspirers to come forward, to support us, to allow us to become your vessels of communication. And we promise when this service is over, we shall have returned to you everything which is rightfully yours with love, honour and glory. Amen.
Amen.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those that trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Oh, Irene, your bestie's on.
Oh. Hi, bestie. I sent her a link because she asked to in tonight, and I said we were. I've lost a very dear friend this week to COVID. I've known her since 1975, in 1976, and it just so happens that I was sent this. Yes, it's very sad.
Sorry.
And I knew her when I lived and worked in London, and I was sent this, and I thought it was very appropriate, and I wanted to give this to Danny and his now deceased wife Susie, and it's called "Let Me Carry Your Bones," and it was sent to me. Let me hold your hand gently as the angel comes to call. Let me walk with you slowly towards the end of it all. Let me be right beside you till it's for you. Let me break my heart open, though I know it must be so. At your graveside, having said all my goodbyes, let me speak of our memories with precious tears in my eyes. Let me remember your voice and the way that you would. Let me find peace without you, although that may take a while. Let me treasure our photos and the deep love that we found. Let me miss the happiness of just having you around. Let me share your true spirit with those who lend an ear. Let me sit by the river, knowing that you will be near. I'll try to be more like you, to attempt to fill the space. I'll be gentle and caring, try to emulate your grace. Let me always with me, my loving friend. Let me honor your memory till I meet you at the end. Let me take you home. Let me carry your bones.
Oh, that's lovely.
And I thought that was very appropriate.
While we're just on this,
but that's for Sue and Daddy and the.
Sorry, Irene. Can we also send love out, please, to Wendy Mitchell's family and friends? Wendy's passed away, and she's a spiritualist, and she was part of Wath and Mexborough and everything. Wendy Mitchell, she passed away. It's not with the virus. She had underlying.
Is that Wendy to come to Parkgate every now and again?
Wendy Mitchell.
Yeah, lost her husband
not long ago.
Yeah. Right, oh, bless.
Yeah, she's passed away.
Right. I've put her in my healing book, Jean.
Thank you. For her family, yes, she passed.
Oh, bless. It's true, Paul says. Far too many now, Irene, and there are far too many people who've passed. It's awful.
Yeah.
Awful. Absolutely tragic.
Well, Susie did have underlying conditions because she was disabled in a wheelchair, but it's never easy. It doesn't matter how you saw what you passed with. It's never easy for those left behind.
No, it's not.
And Dan, I've texted Danny, and he's absolutely heartbroken. He's devastated. She leaves her husband and 3 children. Of course, they've got grandchildren as well. So it's to Jenny, Jace, and all the rest of the family.
Yeah.
His prayers go out to the family.
I'll try and speak to him tomorrow. Thank you, darling. I'll let him know. I'll ring him he's asked me to ring him. So.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, his prayers go out to them all.
Anyway.
They do. The 100 and however many it is now, thousands that have lost their lives. They've all left
Yeah.
families, and it's dreadful, absolutely dreadful. And the worst is, I can't
I
really
know
see
it's
it.
sad to say, Tony.
Go on.
Are you with
I
us,
was
Irene?
just going to
Oh,
say, Tony, this, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
love.
It's just like there's not a family that has not been touched by this in one way or another. Each
No.
family in this country has either lost a loved one fighting with a loved one, or it's affected so many every family in this country in different ways. Bless them
I
all.
don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, bless everyone.
I've put you in, Jacqueline. You're in my book. But yes, it's awful, and I really can't see how we can get back to normal just now.
I don't think we'll ever get back to normal, Tony, to be honest.
No.
Not what we know as normal.
No. I mean, I bumped into two people we know from our time at a certain church, Jean,
Jean.
and they were saying they're dying to get back to physical churches, but they just don't feel safe. And I said,
I
well,
don't.
there aren't that many churches open. There aren't many churches open just now. And if I was running a physical church, I certainly wouldn't have it open just yet. I certainly wouldn't, because it's just far too early. But anyway, as Michael would say, let's get on with the show.
Apparently, Lisa's just said that I keep freezing, so I apologise, people. It must be the atmospherics.
You're fine, dear.
Thank you, darling.
What is normal these days, Karen? I completely agree with you.
We ain't got a clue anymore what's normal and what ain't.
No. And it's I suppose the thing is, it's there's more about how resilient we are to it at the minute, I think, is what's important. If we're all moving on and keeping a positive attitude about it, I suppose it'll be okay. It'll be okay. We'll get through it.
I've got to say, at the moment, I feel for the children, because they're not getting to play with the friends. They're not mixing. No. They're not doing what a child should be doing. And it's going to affect them in the long run. I'm not bothered what they say, when they should be doing normal things as a child and not being locked in and only being, well, most people only being allowed to play in garden or with their own siblings. I do feel for them.
Yeah. Lisa Scott's made an interesting point.
I was just reading that.
I think this way of life is the new normal. Life as we knew it is so sadly gone. Even if they lift everything and open up, life will never be the same. Like we've just said, Lisa, there's are we nearly 120,000 people, or over 120,000 people now, whose lives are never, ever, ever going to be the same again. Gail Brown, I know this is turning into a conversation, but I said this to, Matthew Stapley, I think it was, the other day. I was chatting to him, and I said to him, it's really made me realize what's important. It's those little tiny things that you didn't think about before. Like in the first lockdown, I would think, I'll just pop up to Jean's and have a coffee. No, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't wait until we can get together.
Same.
Crackers.
Same.
I know. And
yeah, me too.
It's just that when I went to A&E on Sunday, I got in the car and put the key in, and I thought,
you're on your own.
I've not sat in this car for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And yes, going up to A&E and not knowing what was wrong with me, I just knew I was breathless and my chest was really hurting. You want somebody with you.
You're on your own.
Yeah. I mean, no disrespect to her, and I hope she's not watching, but there was a lady dragged in effing and blinding and cursing and swearing in handcuffs. And I thought, well, you kick off. And she'd obviously been in a fight. As it happens, it turns out it was with one of her children, and he'd had her done for assault. But you think, well, she's got two hunky policemen with her, and I'm sat here on my own behaving myself.
She's got them.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just tell you a little joke quickly. My nephew phoned my daughter this morning. Well, I'm saying it's a joke, you don't know. And said, Yant told me that my Auntie Jean's in hospital, to our Amy. And Amy says, my mum ain't in hospital. My mum's at home. And he says, no, they've had to move Emily, that's his partner. They've had to move her off the ward because she can't treat a member of the family. And on the board at the hospital, they've only got Jean Pearson in Bay 1, bed 2.
Oh.
So our Amy's rung me up.
Oh.
Thinking she'd get her dad, why you told me my mum's been rushed back into hospital? When I'm not, I'm sat at home because I picked phone up. They've moved Emily off that ward because I was on it. And I'm
you're not?
No, they've just got my name up on them. I think, Tony, they're waiting for me. They've already got my bed lined up.
Well, you never know. You never know, dear.
That's hospitals for you. But anyway, that's just a bit of fun for you all.
Twinny Sinclair. She's not seen her kids and grandkids for ages. My mum and dad are on, and they'll tell you I've not seen them since this time last year.
That's me with my grandkids, other than FaceTiming.
Same.
Yeah. And it's awful. It is.
Just to give them a squeeze and a kiss. And
yeah.
Even if you go and shout at them.
I know. Well, I already shout at them because I've got my mum and dad's emails attached to my emails downstairs. And it's like, you've got 150 emails unread. Read your emails. So I do shout at them. But anyway, let's get on. Has anybody got anything?
Well, I've got to say that all day, well, I'm saying all day since tea, that I've had a gentleman with me, and I've got this gentleman would be a nice size and he would have a nice covering. And as I always say, he had a dropped chest. I always say that because I think it sounds nicer. And he's coming in, and what he keeps saying to me is that we tell everybody not to cry and to dry them tears. And that's what we do say. But this gentleman's saying to a family member down on Earth Plane that they need to have that. They've got to shed them tears. They're holding something in. And the way to get it out is to shed these tears and let them be heard. Let them be heard. So they're really bottling something up. He's not telling me what, but he's saying it's hurting him to watch him not get it out. So I don't know if it's because it's just past. I don't feel it's just past. I feel as though it's a situation on the Earth Plane where they do need to let it all out, and stop holding it in. I hope somebody can understand this, because this gentleman's a lovely gentleman, round-faced. He hasn't got a lot of hair, bless him. He would have done in his younger days, he says, but he started losing it, especially the round bit on the top. I'd say about 5'11", 5'12", something round there. Quite rounded, bit of a podge belly, drop chest, as we say. I do know there would be more family members down here because he's talking about, and I don't know, he's talking about a boy and a girl. So I don't know if there's a brother and a sister where one of them need to let. I can take this. Is it? Jacqueline. So is it you then, Jacqueline? Where you need to get them tears shed, sweetheart, and you need to let things out and stop bottling it up. Because all it's doing is hurting you from inside, darling. I've got to say that. And the gentleman in spirit world, he ain't give me his name. He's just showing himself at the moment. But he's saying it's hurting him to watch this happening. I'm getting a bit emotional with him because he's getting a bit emotional now that somebody's accepted him. because he's saying you've got to let it go, lass. He's saying you can't keep, and it could another one. So you need to let it out, darling, whether you're on your own or with somebody else. However, I'll try to get where I am, but please release it. That's that song, isn't it? Please release me, let me go.
Oh, yeah.
And this is how he's coming in. He's talking about this. I don't know. He's not telling me the situation, and that's between you and this gentleman. But I do know it's got to come, and he keeps repeating it. I'm so sorry I keep repeating it, but he's repeating it all the time to me. Right, let's see if we can sort it out then, because at the minute there's 3, isn't there? This gentleman, bless him, as he comes in, I do know he would have been a good worker. I can't say, he hasn't told me he was an hard worker, but he said I was a good worker. And he looked after the family, he cared for the family. So I do know he would be a father or a grandfather, because he's saying I looked after the family. And he had a lot to do with the kids, he says, and he loved being around the family. So I do know he was a family man. He loved being around the family. He says, and he was well known, so I do know he had a good reputation with people. That's the way I can put it across. He's not telling me what he did as a job. I'm just seeing him sat with a newspaper and having a drink, and this is how he's showing himself to me. He's making reference to the April month, so I do know the April month means something. And I also, all right, darling, and I also have got to say to you that the 26th or the 27th also means something, because he's fetching this up as well. You can still take it, Jacqueline, thank you, because he's making reference to this as well. He's saying that we know it's hard times, and bless him, he's just said, we know you've had it hard. So he's seen quite a bit go on in the past as well. So I do know he knows all this, because he's saying, I've seen it and I know you've had it hard. So it's been going on for a while, I've got to say. But he's just said, all right, darling. He's just said you can't get through to him. So I don't know what he means with that. You can't get through to him. So I hope you can understand why he said that, sweetheart. That's fine, Lisa Duck. It's all right, love, for jumping in if you thought it were for you. But he's coming in with this as well. I've got to give Lee, so I do know there's reference to Lee, whether it be in the spirit world, on the earth plane, but I do know he's just mentioned Lee. So that means something as well. This gentleman, bless him. Right, that I think it's probably with Jacqueline then. And you must understand, sweetheart, where he wore. He's given me braces and the belt. So I don't know if he wore braces and the belt, or if he swapped from one to another, I'm not sure. But he's talking about that as well, sweetheart. Okay. I know it must have been past. I'm not saying it would have been past years and years, but I know it would have been in the spirit world for a while now, because where he's coming through. And he is saying he has been before. He has been through before, so he must be able to understand that. Thank you. So you must be able to understand that, Jacqueline, as well. But can you please shed these tears, even if it's in bathroom, sweetheart, you're on your own. And he's saying he's telling me you must have felt him, sweetheart, because he's been very close around you, because he's, I can take it as well. It must have been around, sweetheart, because he says you must have sensed him. You think Irene's had him before, right? You must have sensed him around, darling, because he's told me that he's either sat at side of you and you felt a chill down one side, or what he's told me, my bed's dipping, so you must have felt him sitting on the edge of your bed or anything, because I've got my bed dipping here. Thank you. How's the lady that had her operation? I'm fine, sweetheart. I'm here. Oh, God, I nearly weren't. So I know he would have been sat on your bed at some point, sweetheart, because I've got a dip in my bed as well. And I've got to say, and I'm going to pass you on to Irene or Tony, that I don't know if it's you, darling, or if he would have been the animal lover. Thank you. thank you, Jacqueline Duck, because he's making reference to animals. So I know he must have been, or you are, very much into animals because he's mentioning those as well. And it's all animals. I can't say it's a dog or a cat or anything like that. He just loved animals. And it's taking me to the, thank you. It's taking me to the Discovery channels. Now that's a funny thing to fetch me. Discovery Channel. So I know he would have liked things like that, darling, or you do, because he's fetched that. He's knocking other things out and he's fetching these in again. I'm going to pass it on, darling, to Tony or Irene. And I've got to say, it's been lovely working with you again, Jacqueline. It's been a long time, sweetheart. You look after yourself and take care. Oh, and keep up the good work. I was in bed across from you. Was that in Hallamshire or Rotherham? I hope it were hospital.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing okay, thank you. Was it Rotherham Hospital or Hallamshire?
Irene, have you got anything?
I've only got a little bit because I did have a private reading with Jacqueline a few weeks ago. So, hi, Jacqueline. You know what I said to you, and I don't want to say it on a live feed, obviously, but you know what you have to do, darling. Just keep doing what you're doing. And this gentleman does come to you with love and he's trying to help you. We spoke about him when I was with you, darling. So just keep doing what you're doing because you're doing really, really well, darling. Okay. And you understand that because I explained to you. And I'm just going to leave some love with you, darling. And you know where I am if you need me. Tony?
Jacqueline, I had a gentleman until Jean gave you everything that she gave you. Then a lady stepped forward, and the lady she's connecting with me comes through with a very maternal feel. And I feel like this lady would be, as I say, firm but fair. So I know she would. At times, she's telling me it would have felt like she was being really strict. But now, if you look back, you think actually she did what she thought was right to protect us and to keep us safe. Oh, gosh, she's getting quite personal. I don't want to go down that. Jacqueline, would you understand a gentleman going back in your memory that would have, if I say spent a lot of time down the pub, I'll put it like that, but I feel like it became an issue with this gentleman, if you would understand, please, Jacqueline, because she's just saying that about this chap, that's all. So I've got to give what she's brought me. And as she's connecting with me, and I really don't like giving it off like this because it's quite generic and I want specifics, but she's given me, she's calling it a house coat, but I would call it an overall that you put on like a coat and it buttons right up with two pockets in. And she's just given me that, and she's saying it was hard work. So I know her life would have felt like it would have been hard work to her, if you understand, Jacqueline, please. And she wants me to put a headscarf on and tie it at the front so that the knot's here. So would you understand a lady who would have had this head square on all of the time, or most of the time, because I feel like this is how people would remember her, with this square on her head tied up. And I've also got that horrible smell of permin solution. So you would understand a lady who would have had home perms done, and I feel like they would be really tight as well. so it would be really curly, if you would understand. And this lady, as I'm connecting, Jacqueline, she's a very strong lady, very single-minded lady, and she's bringing this to you, and she's saying, I'm here because you need it right now. So you need that single-mindedness and that strength that this lady would have had. Now, is that here, or is that spirit with you? Somebody must suffer with their legs. Used to work at Bassett's in the 50s. Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. That's fine. She's taken me to the bottom half of my legs, sweetheart, and I feel like this is really sore. So I don't know what this condition is, but I feel like at some point in somebody's life they would have had either ulcers or sores on their leg, because I feel like the weeping. Your legs are sore, but I feel like there's somebody got weeping or had weeping sores on their legs and had to have them looked at properly and seen to and dressed. Right, and this is coming to the end of somebody's life. So towards the end of somebody's life, you would understand where the sores were on the legs. Sweetheart, they're just coming through with a lot of love and a lot of strength for you right now. And they're saying, slowly, slowly, small steps, and you will get to where you need to be, sweetheart. I know you've had a private reading with Irene, and I feel like some of the stuff that's coming through is quite personal, and I feel like it would just be repeating what Irene's already told you, sweetheart. So I'll leave it there, darling, and say God bless and thank you for working with me. Thank you so much. Oh, dear. Right. Do you mind if I give my gentleman off, please?
No, you go ahead, Tony.
Right.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, thank you. If anybody wants him, he's here. Just come and get him. Right. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I love him to bits. Right.
Michael,
Okay.
you've got a bed at my house, love.
He's still on the phone. Right. I have this gentleman stood next to me, and I want to say he would be a gentleman, because the energy I'm feeling with him is a lovely, warm, kind, calm energy. And I know I've got problems around my chest, but he's really squeezing in on my chest. And he's making me want to start really coughing, and it's hard to talk and breathe. So take it off, sweetheart. Thank you. So this gentleman would have had a problem with his heart and his lungs, I feel, because I can feel my heart pounding, and I feel like it's really difficult to breathe. So either this is heart failure, where my lungs are filling up with water, or he had, like Lisa's just put, COPD. And he's standing well above me. I'm 5'11", so I'm going 6 foot plus with this gentleman in his day. And Karen, you can take it. Okay, sweetheart. And I feel like I'll be quite a broad chap, and I don't feel, I don't know why I want to say I didn't make old bones, but that's not a phrase I would use. But he just said I didn't make old bones. So, okay. So I know he didn't get up to like 70s and 80s. I want to be this side of that. And I'm rubbish with age, so I'm not even going to try and guess. But because I don't guess, it's just, that's how I work. So I know he wouldn't have been like into his 70s. I want to say would have lost a bit of weight towards the end of his life as well. And I know I know as he's connecting with me that he. Okay. He would have sat. The imagery he's given me, and I'll start explaining what he's given me, and that way it might make sense. He's shown me a pressure cooker on a really low heat, and he's saying he would take it and take it and take it, and the pressure would build up and up until boom, he went. Okay. And it would be it would take him quite a bit to lose it, but when he did, he lost it, and that was it. You can take COPD and heart failure, angina, trace.
It could be my dad.
All right. Paulie's not telling me where he went, sweetheart. He's just. But okay, I want to say with this chap as well that he's talking about the month of June would be significant within the family, and he's also talking to me about September as well being significant around the family as well. He's also oh bless, right. He's talking to me about. Oh, I don't know how to put this. Either somebody in the family looked after somebody else's child for quite a long time, or connected around the family, somebody would have been like a foster carer or something like this, because I do feel like there's a child that's been placed somewhere else to be looked after and nurtured and cared for. He also wants me to acknowledge, right, I'm getting some confusion. So there would be something in the head that would be an issue with somebody as well. And I feel this is connected with the lady, where there would be an ip with cognitive functions, so thoughts and speech and things like that, went a bit skew towards the end of her life. Oh bless. So I could be with Karen, Paul, or Amanda Hemstock. Okay, sweetheart. Well, just listening.
Joanne? Wasn't there a Joanne?
Turner? Joanne, but she hasn't come back with anything else.
Right. Ralph, so, it's not for her.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Whoever this is for.
Another one I can take this. You've had another one jump in, love. You've got a few here.
All of it. It's got to be all of it. The 6 foot plus very gentle person would lose his temper when he had to. It's got to be the whole message that you can take, not bits, because right. Also, I want to say that whoever this is for, there's a feeling with the person I'm connecting with of coming to that point where I've got to do something in my life. I've got to turn left or I've got to turn right, but I can't carry on as I am. Things have got to change. I've got to make this change in my life. And I don't feel like this is work. I feel like this is centered around the house, around my life, rather than I've got to change my job or I've got to move house. I've got, right. Okay. And I also want to say that whoever this is for, there must be 3 connected in the family. I don't know if this is mum and dad and a child, or mum and 2 children, or what combination this is, but there's 3 connected in the family that will be significant as well. But also as well, why have I got that? He's just stopped me dead and he started to sing. And bless him, he wasn't any Frank Sinatra, bless him. He's not got the best voice on him. And he's all right. He's singing "I Don't Have a Wooden Heart," you know, the Elvis song.
Oh, the Elvis song.
So, right. And he's bringing
Elvis
this.
Presley Wooden Heart.
Yeah. He's pushing this out to around who I'm connected with and saying somebody close must have had a broken heart recently, because I can feel the pain and I can feel the emotions. So for some reason, he's not telling me why. There must be a broken heart connected around the family. And right. Okay. And he's oh gosh, I think you should be with Irene actually, sweetheart, because you give me all these songs and they don't mean a thing to me. For me, it's an advert that used to come on the telly, if you ever go across the sea to Ireland. But it's probably I know a song. But for me, it's yeah. Well, for me, it's that advert. You know, if you ever go across the sea to Ireland, be sure to go with Irish P&I or whatever it was. But all right, and he's also bringing me memories of like Billy Butlins and things, because he's singing Heidi High, Heidi High, and he's showing me the chalets and playing games around the pool and things. So he's bringing in childhood memories where people must have gone to places like this. And he's just bringing in Karen, you're still in, Lisa
Fallon, Joanne, she's in.
Paul couldn't take all of it, I don't think.
She's new, that Joanne. I think that's her who I saw in hospital.
It is, yeah.
She's in.
All right. I'm trying to narrow it down.
Paul's out. I'm trying to help you. Joanne's still in. Amanda's still in.
Right.
Still in.
Okay. No.
So you've 3 with Lisa.
Come on. I need to split it.
Right. Oh, Joanne, if it's me, our dad.
All right, bless you.
I think I fetched her dad in hospital, though.
He's showing me the ring I wear here. He's showing me a ring with the the Mason symbol of the set square and the compass. So either somebody was in the Masons or somebody wore the Masonic ring as a signet ring, because he's just showed me that. And he's also right.
Thought I did. Joanne, I fetched her dad through in hospital, so it could be the same one. Right.
Okay. Well, he's telling me he has been before, and he's also telling me about somebody connected to him who must be able to understand a recent passing. And recent for me is between now and 5 years. Jean goes back 3, but I go back 5. So between now and 5 years, you must understand a passing, and you must understand the dementia condition with somebody's spirit side of life as well. And I feel like I'm a lady there with the dementia condition. And either somebody wears these in their ears too long, or they've got hearing aids in, because I've got this as well. All right. They are pulling away from me now.
Joanne and Nan.
If all right, come on, give me it, please. He's playing. It could be a bit frustrating, this chap, because it's like he wants to tell me something, but he's beating around the bush and he's going around the houses, and I want him to get to the point, because right, all right, somebody would understand a big stainless steel teapot, It looks to me like a catering sized teapot. I could do with one of them. But I've got this big stainless steel teapot and I can see it stood on a work surface in the kitchen. So, because I asked him for something to leave me with, and that's what he gave me. So I do apologise, but I've got to give you this big stainless steel teapot with the black Bakelite handles on to tip it with. I like the China ones myself more than the stainless steel ones. They go cold too quick. But anyway.
They don't taste right out one of them neither.
No, they taste metallic. Anyway,
yeah.
I'll thank you for working with me. I'm sorry I really couldn't split it out much more than that, but bless. I'll leave you with Jean and Irene. And thank you. Thank you for working with me. And I'll have my black tea.
To have some mine. Irene, do you want me or you?
You go if you want to, my love. I don't mind waiting. You go if you want to.
A little bit anyway, because all I've got to say is this gentleman saying thank you, because there were things needed sorting out, and he wants to thank whoever it is for sorting all that out. And this is how he's coming in, and he's on about that. I don't know if an holiday was booked or they just had an holiday, because I've got the holiday. I know you fetched the holiday in, Tony.
Down to Portland's me.
I do feel as though there was one booked for them all to go, or they'd all just had one prior to him passing, because that's how it is making me feel, that he'd seen sun and everything as he's coming in. But he wants to say thank you. And he was a bit of an emotional man as well, that he wasn't afraid to pass his emotions on and give you a cuddle in front of somebody or give you a peck on cheek. He wasn't afraid of that, and he wasn't afraid to show his emotions as he's talking here. I do know that he did lose a bit of weight prior to him passing as well. But he's saying his send-off were nice. He liked his send-off. And did you get September, Tony?
Yeah.
You know what we're like, we forget.
I know.
Because I've got the month of September, but I've also got the month of October as well. And I do feel this gentleman, you said not being gone long, didn't you, Tony?
I said there's a recent passing, yeah.
Yeah, because I've got
not Lisa. Lisa's out.
No, Lisa's out. I've got the recent passing, and I do believe that it wouldn't have been in spirit that long, because I don't feel that at all with this gentleman. And I do know there's a lady with him, like you've said, Tony. I do know there's a lady with him, and the lady is, I don't know if it's his mom or someone like that, because I do feel that she's took him under her wing once again as though he were a child. And this is what she's doing. She's nurturing him again and fetching him through all this, with it all being new. So I do know there would be that connection there as well.
I thought Carolyn Ralph was out.
They're coming back in.
No.
So I do know there's this as well. Bless them. I do know there's a birthday as well, because they're singing happy birthday. That's the lady what's wishing happy birthday as she's coming in. I know you talked about the earrings, Tony, because I've got the earrings again. Because I've got the earrings as well, sweetheart, and I've got where there would have been quite a lot of little bits and bobs of jewellery of this lady. Nothing expensive, but she would have had her earrings and that just in a box. So I do know there's this as well as she's coming in. I've got to give the 15th of a month as well, because that means something. And I don't know why they're giving me a blue door, but somebody would have a blue door, or they would have had a blue door. And there's also, right, Joanne's still in. And who else was still in, Tony? I can't remember.
There's Lisa Scott, Joanne Shirley, Carolyn Jane Ralph says
I'm trying to split
she can take that, but earlier on she said she couldn't take everything.
Somebody's got, right, let me see if this will split it then, because he's showing me that it's either just been mended or they've still got it, a crack in some glass in a door or something, like a little crack. Is making reference to this. So unless they've fixed it, but there would have been Deborah Adams. We haven't jumped. I don't feel as though I've jumped.
No.
So
No.
there would have been a crack in a pane. The plane isn't plain either. It's either frosted or got a pattern in it, but there's a crack within the window. They're showing me here. So I do know that's there as well. Right, Shirley, no to the crack, so that's fine. So I'm going to leave it and let's hope. Had us cracking your windscreen, Lisa.
No, phone screen.
Oh, sorry, I'm on phone screen. Sorry, I do know
No,
there's I
Carolyn,
feel as though it's more. Sorry,
you've got to take it.
No,
It's all. It's all of it. It's the complete message, really.
message, because it's got to go. I'm going to pass you on to see if Irene can do any more, because I thought I might have split it with that. Somebody's just had their hair changed, so that should help as well, because he's making reference to somebody having their hair changed. The lady is there. The lady wants to say thank you as well for him looking after this gentleman. She wants to thank him for the way they looked after him through his time and through his passing. So they want to say thank you. And they're saying that the family still stay together. Still stay together. Don't drift apart. They want everybody to stay together. And I'm going to pass it on to Irene now. Irene, it's yours, love.
Thank you, Jean. Right. When Tony got the words of the song, it's Galway Bay, the song, and it's a very popular Irish song. So there's a connection to Ireland. And I also got this gentleman getting quite frustrated because he can't. I know that he won't, like Tony said, he won't give us all the information that we need to make it a straightforward message. But what is there is unfinished business, and is doing this with his hands and sort of in frustration. There is unfinished business to be done, and he's getting frustrated because somebody's not listening, and he's wanting, and but nobody's listening. So what you've got to do, you've got to open your ears and listen for this gentleman speaking to you, because there is unfinished business, whether it's to do with a work thing or family thing. He's not telling me, but there's something that needs to be done that hasn't been done. He's talking about Ireland again, and he's talking about the lovely places. So I don't know if this in the family or if they're going on holiday, because he's talking about going from Liverpool across the water, okay, on the ferry, and he's talking about relations in Ireland as well. That's why he's giving Galway Bay, because he's saying that the relatives are all around Galway Bay, and whichever one of you lovely people this gentleman is for, there is a family that you don't know about, okay. But he's also given me a leprechaun, and I know it's St. Patrick's Day coming up in March, and St. Patrick's Day means something as well. And somebody will have a statue of a leprechaun, and with that, he's just saying, "I'm going now. I've come and said what I've got to say." So
well,
I'm just going to say good night and God
Amanda's
bless.
out now. So
Yeah.
Right. But it was important that I got the Irish connection across.
Yeah, they couldn't take the Irish connections.
Well, like I said, I don't normally work with music, so I was a bit lost.
It's unusual if I get music. So
no,
I know, but I got 3.
Music.
No,
I got 3 lots.
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's what you have me for, Tony.
I'll say it's you with music.
It is. It is.
Irene, have you got one to go first this time?
Right, I've just got a lady that's stepping forward, and this lady, oh gosh, right, she's not. She would be well spoken. I won't say she was posh. She was very well spoken, very smart lady, and she had a secretarial position. She's saying, but this was in the days. I could take all, thank you. I thought it was Karen right from the start because she starts, she can say everything. Thank you, Karen. Thank you very much. Right, this lady's come forward and she's just very, very smartly. And she's saying that she used to work in an office, and she was in a high position as a P or something like that. She's not telling me exactly where in the country that she worked, but she was always smartly dressed and she had a responsible job. And she's talking about family down here, and she's talking about my girls, so she must have daughters, and she's talking about teaching them properly and how to hold themselves and how to be nice to people. That's the only way I can put it, because that's what she's giving me. She's talking about so she would have passed with a cancer type condition. She's not telling me where the cancer was, but I'm having a bit of trouble breathing and I'm getting a pain around the tummy area as well. She's giving me a horrible pain around the tummy area. So I don't know if this was one that started in one place and then spread, or went to 2 or 3 different places. Lovely, lovely lady. She's dressed up as though she's going to a wedding. So I don't know if this is an anniversary of a wedding or a wedding anniversary coming up. But that's how she's dressed, because she's got a corsage on. Tracy Jane, you said this could be your mum. Thank you, darling. Right, let me see. Can you take me the name of Ethel, Tracy? She's the name of Ethel. I don't know if that's the name or if that's a family member. But she says that this is going way back, so you not understand it. It's an old family name, apparently. But she just wanted to come to say that sweetheart, what is it? There must be something going on in your life at the moment, Tracy, that right. Okay, thank you very much, Mel. Thank you for that confirmation. She's saying that there must be something going on around you at the Ethel's in spirit. Thank you, sweetheart. Something going on around you at the moment that she's not happy with, because she's coming around you with a lot of healing and a lot of love, sweetheart. And she's just wanting to say that she is here for you and she's always with you. So all you've got to do is reach out. But she's saying, don't push yourself. See, don't put, Janet, you think it's for you. Right. Well, listen up, Janet, sweetheart. Listen up. She's saying, will you not try and push yourself, because sometimes you get a little bit tired, if you understand that. Oh, it's a family feud. Right. Okay, darling. I'm so sorry about that. Well, she wants you to know that she's with you, darling. She's trying to help you through it, and you can feel her presence when she's there. She's talking about a favorite perfume. I don't know if this is the one, but she's giving me Chanel No. 5, and she's also giving me Red Door as well. That's another perfume. Don't know if she wore one, but those are the 2 smells that she's giving me. Yes, love. I like Red Door. And she's saying, try not to get involved if it help it. She knows it's hard, but just try and stay on the sidelines and try not to get too involved with it, sweetheart. Okay. And she, oh bless, she's saying it was always there for her to hold her hand, and she is doing the same for you. Right. Okay. Thank you for the confirmation of the Chanel. That's wonderful. She comes to try and hold your hands, and she's going to be there to help you through it, and she's going to try and protect you if she can. But tears, sweetheart, because she knows that sometimes you get upset. She doesn't want you to take sides, sweetheart. She doesn't want you to take sides because it's just pulling you apart. Just stay neutral and in the middle. This is what she's saying. Just stay neutral in the middle and just say, I don't want to know. I'm walking away if you can. I know it's hard to do, but let them sort it out. That is the message. Let them sort it out. Try not to get involved. If they want to come and talk to you, that's fine, but don't take sides, sweetheart. And to leave, before she goes, she's get those. All right, darling. She's talking about a bro. Oh, sweethearts. Well, you know where we are if you need to talk to any of us, either Jean, myself, or Tony. You know where we are if you want to talk privately to us, okay? But she is, I don't normally get brooches, but she's talking about a brooch that she used to wear. And it was a favourite of hers. I know in the 40s and 50s, there was a lot of ladies that wore the brooches, and she was very glad with this one. She really liked this one. Okay. And she's just saying that you should know the brooches and the pearls. To leave all her love with you, darling, and I'm going to give you some of my purple irises for healing, and I'm going to see if you've got it on your coat. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm going to see if Jean or Tony have got anything for you, Tracy. All right, good night and God bless. Thank you for working with me.
I've got a little bit, Tony, if you want me to just do it quickly.
Go on then, yeah.
All I've got to say, I don't know, it's Tracy into Tracy and Janet, but I'll just go. Can I just say, I understand a lot what Irene said, sweetheart, but she's saying that, like Irene says, don't take sides. They're big enough, and she's just said they're daft enough to sort it out. So please do what Irene and Mum said if it's Mum. But can I just say, darling, that she's talking to me about teaching. I don't know if she's talking about them, what need the teaching, so getting sorted out that way, Ducko, if you can understand where there's a teacher or you know of a teacher, because that's what she's fetching into me, sweetheart, something to do with teaching. And also she's on about the birthday, so I do know there's a birthday. She's also bringing in April, darling, and she's just giving me bread and butter pudding. Oof.
Yes, please.
I'd love bread and butter pudding.
You was a teacher, right? Because she mentioned the teaching. And bread and butter pudding. I can taste it. Can take that off because I don't like it. So you must be able to understand the bread and butter pudding, Doug. And if I say you know, Tony and Michael's going to laugh, and Irene, and I've got to give you the old spotted dick. That's where a pudding, weren't it?
Yeah.
Have I said it wrong?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, you've said it right.
A spotted dick, yeah.
So I know somebody must have liked those types of puddings, because this is just what she's fetching in, darling. I hope you can understand this. I don't know if she would have made them or she would have liked them, darling, because she's fetching these in for you. I do know. Oh, right. You could keep it, sweetheart. You can eat it.
There you go.
Because she's fetching all this in, and she's like, now I can have this. She's just given an egg custard, sweetheart, but it's got to be an homemade egg custard. She's saying not the ones you buy from shop. So I do, Dad's favourite, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So I do know Mum would have enjoyed them type of things, darling, because she's fetching them in. And she's saying, will you please, oh, bless her, will you please just look after yourself, darling? She's wanting you to look after yourself. So please take note of that. And I don't know why she's saying this, but she says you've been a bit achy and shivery, darling. So I don't know if you're feeling the cold a bit more, because I know I haven't been out, but I know it's that cold. But she's saying that you're feeling cold and you're going a bit shiverish, because she's watching this and she's trying to warm you up, darling. And she's doing this for you as well. And she's saying take time out. And I don't know. I know you're into spiritualism, sweetheart, because we know about this, but she's wanting you to do a little bit of meditation. Right, thank you. She's been there with you. She wants you to do a bit of meditation, sweetheart. And is it you what lights the candles? Because she's lighting candles, sweetheart, here. And the scented ones she's bringing in as well. And I don't drink, but I've got to. She's just given me what is it? I don't know if it's a little pour or little sherry or something. So she would have had it. Oh, you can understand this, darling. Where she would have had this little drink. She's fetching it. Oh, and I don't know. I don't know if Irene talked about her wedding anniversary, but she's just given me a wedding cake. So that must be same as what Irene's fetched in, love, because I've got a wedding cake. But you can understand somebody what's very good at. She loves sherry. I know it was something, sweetheart. But you can understand somebody what's very creative, what could do the decorating cakes, and I'm not saying they did it as a job, but very good at that and arranging flowers and things like that. Very creative, because she's mentioning this as well, sweetheart. So she's bringing this in. All right, sweetheart, because I've got to go. Now, come on then. And can I just give you some lilies, sweetheart? I've got some lilies for you, and I don't know what this is. An hydranium. Is it a flower? Is it? Well, I know it was
geranium. Yeah, geranium.
Well, I know it was some hydrangea.
Hydrangea.
You know I'm like, yeah. Right, thank you. Because she's giving me that as well, sweetheart. There you go. That's how close she is. And you know that she's with you, darling. My hands are cold. Please warm your hands up. You like the lilies. Thank you. Oh, she's just put me a lovely lilac coat on, or a cardigan. So you can understand where the lilac is, sweetheart. Somebody likes the lilac. Okay, go and warm your hands up.
She had hydrangeas at her door.
Right, as long as you can understand it. But she's just
lovely.
said, she's just said, put your hands around a mug of tea. Or Coke or something. She must have liked Coke or something. Or that Ovaltine. She had a night drink anyway. But she's saying, put your hands around it, darling, because your hands are cold, and she's made my hands go cold. And I'm going to say night and God bless with that. She always had cold hands. And I'll pass you on to our Tony, sweetheart. See if you can have
I
anything.
really haven't got much more for you, Tracy, other than I've got a front door that looks
lilac. Thank you.
That has 6 panes of glass in it. I don't know why I can see it like that, but I've got a door that's got 6 panes of glass in it. And she's also talking about a porch. I don't really random. I'm sorry, Tracy, but I've got to talk to you about a porch. And I don't feel like shoes were allowed past the porch. So a bit like Jean's house, you've got to take your shoes off in the porch. How you think?
I don't tell you to come in with them on.
she's not. Your new front door, Tracy.
Oh,
there
lovely.
you are. Then that's how close they are to you. But she's talking about the porch and the shoes not allowed to go past the porch. She's also talking about comfy slippers, and towards the end of her life, she couldn't find comfy slippers. Slippers are in the porch. Bless you. Well, she's telling me she couldn't find comfy slippers towards the end of her life. I don't know why, or they wouldn't let her have her slippers on towards the end of her life. And the only thing I've got to give you, sweetheart, is you know that cinder toffee. I've got cinder toffee, and it looks like to me it's in a tray. So I don't know if somebody made cinder toffee or they would buy it in a tray. But I've also got a tray. Oh, she had bad feet. Bless her. I've also got Brazil nut toffee in a tray with a hammer.
My favourite.
So I've got to give you a tray of Brazil nut toffee with a hammer as well. I love that. Pulls me filling out though. And I've just seen a comment from Suzanne coming up, but I'm hearing the song. It's songs again. I don't know why I'm getting songs tonight. I'm sorry, Suzanne. That's the Hollies, I think. I'm sorry, Suzanne.
Irene,
it is the Hollies. Yeah. Yeah.
You would understand.
The Hollies is called Suzanne. Yeah.
You must understand the name Suzanne then, because I've got sorry, Suzanne. Sorry, Suzanne. So I don't know who's got to say sorry to Suzanne, but I've got to give you sorry, Suzanne. And okay, right. The last thing I've got to give you, I wear a silver crucifix. I've got to give you a gold crucifix. And I'm also seeing rosary beads. So rosary beads must fit there somewhere as well, sweetheart. Right. You're not sure on Suzanne? Well, either that or somebody really likes the Hollies. So
You might find the name Susanna later.
yeah. Yeah, but if not, somebody must like the Hollies. Everything else has landed. So Suzanne Carol Baldock has that on vinyl. But I will leave the love of spirit with you, Tracy. And gold one, yes, and you have Nan's bead. Brilliant. That's fine. I'm sure you'll either find Suzanne somewhere or you'll understand where somebody would really like the Hollies. My dad really loves the Hollies. But I will leave the love of spirit with you and say God bless and thank you for working with us tonight.
Could we just say, Tony, because Patricia, I know she's been on before and asked about it. She'd love to hear from my mum and dad. Can we just say again that if you'd like a reading on screen, if they let you know, they can have a reading. Patricia, if you just listen, Tony will explain this because it comes via Tony.
If you would like a reading on a future service, just drop me a private message. I'll put your name on into our spreadsheet, and then Michael's written this whizzy thing that takes it and randomizes it, and then we pick the top 2 all the time to come on screen for a reading. Okay, so drop me a line,
helps.
Drop me a message, and we'll add you to the list. There's only about 4 or 5 left on the list now. So
if you'd like to do that, Patricia, and then it's a one-to-one with you on screen with me, Tony and Irene.
But thank you, everybody, for being on with us tonight. It's been lovely, and it really has uplifted me. I'm tired now, though.
I'm tired.
Until I get myself sorted, if you don't mind, I would like to we'll just do Friday and Sunday. If Irene and Jean want to do the Monday service, that's fine. I'm sure Michael will work StreamYard for them. But I don't feel I could do it. I'll tie myself out.
Can I just say, Tony, this day I am doing Twitchell 6:15. But as soon as I've finished there, I'll come over here. So still send me the link, and then as soon as I've finished at Twitchell, which is something across to our normal service. That's just on this Sunday, the 14th.
No problem. But Paul, I won't be doing anything else until I've got myself sorted, matey. But as soon as I have, we'll get something sorted out for a circle and things. Like I say, it's just I'm really tired all the time, so I can't do much more.
That's nice. Tracy's put, we need to rest.
Yes.
Tony and Jean need to rest.
Yes. But as soon as I'm back up and running...
Don't I need to rest?
You're doing well, Irene. You're doing well.
Yeah.
You keep going.
So,
Oh, no.
But... no, as soon
Trust me, I'm not, but I just put on a brave face.
As soon as I get myself sorted, we'll be back up to 3 services a week, and we'll get other things sorted out as well. But thank you, and God bless you for joining in with us tonight.
Thank you so much, everyone. Really enjoyed it again.
Thanks for my message. Tracy's had 2 bad weeks.
It's been absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
It's been lovely to be back.
I'll talk to Irene about Mondays if that's okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Did
you hear that? Did you hear that, Irene? I said I'll talk to you.
Tracy says I'm Superwoman. What?
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll sort Monday out, you and I, and let Tony rest.
I've seen you change into your Wonder Woman suit in that telephone box, I'll tell you. I know you when you go in.
Stop it, you two. Stop it.
Can't kid me.
Right. We'll...
Oh, thank you.
We'll close the service down now. So, Irene, would you like to close in prayer? And Jean, sing song?
Yes, I will, darling. Thank you. Oh, bless. Thank you. Made my night, that as Jean. Thank you. Ahead, please, friends. Dear Lord, Divine Father, thank you so much for all the wonderful messages for our loved ones in spirit. And thank you for this wonderful community of ours. We love each and every one. We are so glad, because without them, we couldn't do the work you want us to do. Could I just ask that for healing to be sent out all around the world, and also for our animal kingdom, a prayer for our homeless and those without food and shelter on this cold, cold night. And until we meet again, could I please ask for a guardian angel to walk with you each and every day? Amen.
Amen. Lord, keep us safe this night, secure from all our fears. May angels guard us while we sleep, till morning light appears. Amen.
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 And I pray the
Good
Lord
night,
bless you,
everybody.
keep you
God
safe.
bless.
Sorry,
Good night,
Tony.
everybody. No,
Good
it's
night,
all right.
everybody. Please stay in, keep warm, keep safe. And everybody who's had the jabs, I hope you're fine and you don't get any side effects.
No, but
Going
keep
for
going.
Mara.
Keep going for your jabs.
Yeah, keep going for them. Don't stop.
Bless you. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Good night. God bless.